another episode of Vivian and Alex Adventure. Today we're going to be sharing another sous vide recipe with you. The New York strip steak recipe went over quite well, was super popular. There was a lot of interest in it and a lot of interest in sous vide cooking. So we're going to bring you another one of our recipes today. This one is something a little bit specific to our region. It's called a Juicy Lucy burger. So what this is it's a burger stuffed with your choice of cheese in the middle of it, so then when you serve it up and bite into it, the cheese comes gushing out. Now the biggest problem with making Juicy Lucy's traditionally is when you fry them on the stove or you cook them on the grill, the heat and the temperature makes all the cheese just go right out the sides and you're left with just an empty pocket in your burger when you're done. That's where the sous vide comes in. We're gonna make up some patties, we're gonna stuff them with cheese, we're gonna put them in the sous vide to get them up to the temperature that we want, and then we're gonna finish them off on the grill just like we did the steaks last time. So here we've taken our burger, we've got it in quarter-pound increments, and we're gonna form those quarter-pound patties into a small, kind of thin patty. Doesn't have to be that big. And we're just gonna get these all formed up. These are each going to be 1/2 of the Juicy Lucy burger. So we'll get these all set up here. Don't forget to wash your hands whenever you're handling fresh meat like this. Sanitation now is very important. Wash your hands before and after you're done handling ground beef especially. So real easy. We'll just start out with our patty and then we'll put a few cubes of cheese in there. We want to go big on the cheese because we want these just pumped full of cheese. They're going to be just overflowing. So we'll just really get them in there good. Then we take our second patty, put it right over the top, and then you start pinching the ends together. You want to seal those up really good. Go all the way around, get that pinched shut. Got some cheese trying to poke through there. We'll cover that up. Then once you've pinched the ends all together, you just kind of start rounding it back together. So what we end up with is a big burger patty like that with tons of cheese in the middle of it. Next, we'll continue through. We'll do 2 each with the cheeses. We'll do 2 of the habanero, 2 of the jalapeno, and 2 of the regular cheddar. We'll be right back. Okay, so now that we've got our burgers all made, they're about 1/2 pound each. We were gonna hit them with a little bit of seasoning. Nothing too crazy. We've got a little bit of Maldon salt we're gonna put on them, some coarse ground pepper, and some garlic powder. A lot of history behind the Juicy Lucy. This style of burger originally came out of Minneapolis. I believe it was the 1950s or the 1960s. 2 bars, famous bars. They're still both around, the 5-8 Club and Matt's on Cedar. They both came up with Juicy Lucy's around the same time, and to this day they still war with each other to determine who's got the better Juicy Lucy. My personal favorite was always Matt's. I grew up going to Matt's with my grandparents. Best Juicy Lucy's around. And then lastly, we add on just a little bit of garlic powder onto each burger. Next step is we're going to take our burgers and we're going to put them in a vacuum seal bag so they can cook in the sous vide. Get all that cheese melted on the inside. We're gonna bag these up by the flavor so that we don't mix them up. We've got our habanero burgers first, followed by our jalapeno burgers, and then our plain burgers. We're gonna seal these up, but what I like to do is shut the vacuum off before it goes to the full seal, just because we don't wanna squeeze the burgers too hard. We wanna get them into an airtight seal, but we don't wanna squish them too much because that'll force the cheese out of them even while they're in the sous vide. Up and ready to go into the sous vide. We've got them nice and vacuum sealed up. They're all ready to go. And we've got our sous vide set at 139 degrees. That's gonna put these burgers in the medium well range. You can adjust that temperature as you see fit. If you like your burgers more medium or medium rare, you can drop that down a few degrees. We like ours pretty much medium well, so 139 is what works for us. We're gonna drop our burgers in there, and they are going to sit in the sous vide for about 45 minutes today. All right, so we'll see you in about 45 minutes, and when we do, we'll be ready to put these on the grill.
Như cả nhà vừa mới thấy Ryan làm món hamburger. Cái hamburger này á là có tên gọi là Juicy Lucy, xuất xứ từ tiểu bang Minnesota, là nơi mà Vi đang ở á. Thì cái hamburger này á, khi mình làm theo kiểu sous vide á, mà mình nhét cái phô mai ở giữa, thì khi mình nướng á, cái phô mai nó không bị chảy ra ngoài mà nó vẫn giữ ở trong cái miếng thịt. Còn nếu như mình không có làm theo kiểu sous vide á, thì khi mình nướng á, là chi nó sẽ chảy ra hết. Thì ở giữa miếng thịt nó không còn nữa, không còn chi nữa. Cái nhiệt độ mà Ryan đang để á, là cho miếng thịt được chín tới là medium rare, ăn rất là ngon. Mình để trong cái sous vide này, mình để trong nước này là khoảng chừng 45 phút thì mình sẽ lấy ra để mình đem đi nướng.
Everybody loves pickles with burgers, and so do we. But we like to kick it up a notch. So we take our Thai chili peppers, get a nice group of them here, like half a dozen or so, and then we just snip them right into your jar of pickles, directly into the brine. That's going to give them a lot of extra heat, a lot of extra zip, and these are going to be some really good spicy pickles. Just put the cap back on and give them a nice shake. You can see those chili peppers are making their way down to the bottom of the jar. We'll let that sit for a little bit, and those will be some real zingers. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. Our burgers have been in the sous vide. They are all ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to open these up, take them out of the bags, and we'll transfer them onto the plate, and then we'll bring them over to the grill. So as you can see, they're all nice and browned. Doesn't look like any of the cheese has escaped any of them. A little bit on this corner here, but for the most part, it looks like these burgers are completely sealed. No cheese has escaped, and they are ready to go on the grill now. So we'll just cut these open. And very carefully transfer them onto a plate.
Như cả nhà thấy á, thì cái cheese, phô mai nó vẫn nằm ở trong miếng thịt á, nó không có bị chảy ra.
Now it's time to get a sear on these burgers. So we're gonna gently put them on the searing pad. Get some nice crosshatch marks going on these guys. And this is just gonna be a very short amount of time on the grill. These are gonna be about 2 minutes per side, and then we're gonna pull them off. They're probably already at or near serving temperature from being in the sous vide. So the only purpose of this is to get those nice grill marks on here.
Theo Ryan nói á, thì là mình sẽ nướng cái này trong vòng 4 phút, 2 phút mỗi mặt thì là 4 phút là mình sẽ xong. Nhìn ngon nhé.
All right, we've given these about 2 minutes to get some sear marks on them. So now we're gonna carefully and gently flip them over. There's a nice X marks the spot on that burger. It's okay if these get kissed by the fire a little bit, but we just want to be careful not to let them get burnt. Shrinking up just a little bit. They're getting some of that smoky charcoal flavor infused into them. And that cheese is getting its final heat. Okay, it's time to pull our burgers off. They're nice and flame-kissed, and you can see that they're just starting to push a little bit of the cheese out. You can see them they're starting to sweat. So as soon as you see that, it is time to take them off. We're gonna be digging into these soon. Time to plate up our Juicy Lucy. So we've got it on a bun. We like to keep it fairly simple, just a little bit of Hellmann's mayonnaise, a little squirt of sriracha on the top, followed by some green leaf lettuce, and top it off with a bun. Now here's the really great part. Check out what happens when you slice into this bad boy. Look at the inside of that, just ooey gooey cheesy goodness in every bite that you get. That, my friends, is a Juicy Lucy.
I'm about to dig into this burger right here. That's how you know. Wow. What the heck? That's how you know it's a good Juicy Lucy. Wow. That's crazy. That's a good Juicy Lucy. Oh my God. Tune into the next video. We're gonna be making something scrumptious. This is good. Wow. If you liked this video, make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button, go comment, share this with your friends. We'll always have more cooking videos coming up soon, and I'll see you in the next one.